What's up, folks? Lochlainn here, Mossstone Woodlore. So I am out on the trail. I am out on a scouting trip. Scout out some places for some winter overnights. It's November 19th now. Surprised I don't see any snow on the ground, but did have a few flurries on the way up here and might have a little tomorrow. But I wanted to get out here while there wasn't 3 to 4 feet of snow on the ground and scout out some cool places to go on some bro trips. We want to get out here for a kind of a deep freeze trip, so I was supposed to come out here with my brother Bobby, but he and his wife both got sick and he's still recovering from that. Plus he just got a new computer. He's been gaming a lot, so it would have been tough to tear him away from that. But yeah, hope you're feeling better, bud, if you watch this. But so I'm decided to get out here anyways, though, because I don't know, after a little while of not getting out on the trail, or at least overnights, I get a little antsy for sure. And I've been pretty busy the past month. November is a busy month, especially with vehicles, because registrations are due this month, and inspections, and fired up the compressor and undercoated the vehicles. I used fluid film, I did that, and what else? I did some oil changes, had some construction projects going on, and just cleaning up the yard. The leaves just were holding on forever this year, and every time I'd clean up, they'd launch another assault. Usually, a lot of times they'll just come down all at once, or practically if you get a string of really cold nights. But it kept warming up and then getting cold and warming up and getting cold. But it's been a nice fall, despite the switch arms here. Despite the added yard chores. But yeah, so I'm headed out today, like I said, to do a little scouting. Anyways, I am out on the trail and I'm happy. The chores are done. Finally go camping. I'm gonna pitch the hammock here. It's having a hard time finding a good spot. A lot of widowmakers around, and the spot that I'm at, the wind comes whipping down the pond, and slams kind of a little bit farther that direction. So I am sheltered from that, but I still will get some of it as it kind of funnels down through the end of the pond here. There's kind of like a little break. Almost like a peninsula that kind of guards this little, I guess you'd almost call it like a bay, even though it's just kind of marshy out there. But yeah, so I'm gonna quit gabbing here and get set up. Probably can't even see me, it's getting so dark. So one of the cool things though about this site is it's down in this, you can't really see anything, can you? It's down in this area that's kind of marshy on the edge here. I'm pretty much like right up onto where it starts getting pretty solid. But I wouldn't dare camp here in the summertime with bugs. You'd get eaten alive. So one of the nice things about coming here in November is you can actually enjoy a different part of the landscape that you normally wouldn't pitch at, because you would just get eaten alive right here. So pretty cool. Here comes the snow. I'd rather have snow than rain though. Alrighty, well, I got camp all set up here. Got some flurries starting. Just a couple. Managed to get the cloudburst all rigged out here. I'm throwing a couple dead branches to get my lines in there. And I got the burrow 20-degree top quilt lofting up in there with the Lynx, War Bonnet Lynx full-length winter under quilt. And now I'm going to go find a spot to hang the bear bag. Last time I was here, I actually had a bear come through camp with her cubs, and that was the first time I'd seen bears before, but I had one come. It came pretty close, right through camp. So I'm kind of hoping I don't bump into her. She moved right off, but she did. We locked eyes and looked at each other, and I was sitting in my hammock and like a big bear burrito, no shoes on, nothing, just like, all right, what's gonna happen here? But she moved off. But this is the area that I was, or kind of close to the area, about a mile back or so. But they're in the area. But hopefully we won't have any bears come through tonight. So I'm gonna go hang the bear bag though. Do that now before I get all comfortable. A lot of times I'll wait till after dinner and I'm ready to just like relax and like, oh, I gotta go find a branch. So I'm doing that now so that I don't have to do it later. So I'll check with you a little bit when we get some food on. Oh, found some nice flowing water coming off the side of the mountain and heading down into the pond. So gotta fill up the old Evernew. And all my chores will be done. Bear line is hung, ready to go. Grab my water, and it's time for some food. Only gonna show you this really quickly because I gotta get them off me, but look at all those baby ticks all over my leg. I've never seen so many. That is nuts. Now it's time to get those off of me. Just got a few flurries coming down. It's been pretty consistent. Said maybe about an inch, but it is a White Mountain, so could be more. But it's fun to see some snow. First snow I've seen really all season. My hot beverage for the evening will be the Alpine Spiced Apple Cider. It's the first time having this. I found this. It's in the dollar store actually, and saw like a 4-pack for $1, so I figured I'd pick it up and try it. And then I have down here, I dehydrated a can of, I believe it was turkey chili, or chicken chili I think it was actually. I threw it in the dehydrator last night and it's ready this morning to go. I'm looking forward to that. Do some red pepper flakes in it, kick it up a notch. The old fancy feast. I just put it on, but oh, we're starting to see a little steam. There we go. And this is that new spoon. Just has like a locking mechanism. There we go. It's a little screw. There we go. Yeah, pretty excited to try that out. It's a nice long-handed spoon. I like that because I can get down inside the Mountain House packets, or if I eat like a dehydrate a meal in like a freezer bag and get down inside that. But titanium it is. It's not crazy light. I feel like they could have made it a little bit lighter, but hey, I'll take the durability for a $25. If I'm gonna spend $25, I'd rather it last and take a slight weight penalty. But it's titanium. My Snow Peak pot that I had before, I absolutely love that thing, and really high quality stuff. I'm just gonna get it to zoom in. Made in Japan. Well, looks like I might having a boil here in a second, so, and the camera's flashing at me. I need to change the battery. So I'm going to do that, and yeah, have some cider and some chili. I can't wait for that. Looks like we got a boil. See if we can do this one-handed. I can't wait to get into that chili. Well, that chili is amazing. I'm really glad I put some extra pepper flakes in it and kicked up a notch. Cold night like tonight. Yeah, it's starting to flurry up here. It's been flurrying, but I don't know how much we'll see. But definitely feeling a front moving in, cooling off quite a bit. I'm really glad I got the spindrift sock. That really cuts the wind. But this chili is amazing. This message brought to you by chili. Well, I just had my chili and my hot apple cider. That was fantastic. And now I'm dig into a little, the camera here. I guess it's called Werner's old-fashioned beef jerky. It's just something I picked up at the gas station. Made in the old USA. So I snack on that for a little bit. Probably hard as a rock. And yeah, it's still pretty early. It's only about 8 o'clock or so. So eat some more food, lounge around, and I'll probably at some point climb into the old burrow here and do some reading and just listening to the woods. And, yeah, I got this little lantern I'm going to fire up later. As you can see the front of it here. Come on, one hand. Luminade. My brother actually picked it up where he works. They were selling a bunch of them, and on like clearance or closeout, you got a crazy good deal on them. So I used that on the last trip, and I think I like it better than my Lucy lantern. It's I think it's a little bit lighter than the one I have, if I remember correctly, and I don't know, it's just got a really nice glow to it. It's a little bit smaller, and it's got a charging indicator light on it too, which is kind of cool. But we're still in the process of testing it out, but so far I really like it. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to snack on some jerky and stare off into the black space here. Actually, I brought a little candle. Might fire that up in a little bit. I don't think I'm going to have a fire tonight, and I'm just going to probably have a little candle and just hang out in here. Sometimes I love having fires, but I just don't feel like cutting wood tonight, so I'm not going to do it. But anyways, that's what I'm up to. And no trip would be complete without a few good and plenty after dinner. It's kind of been a tradition of mine for a few years now. I usually bring some good and plenty. I just love licorice. And yeah, my dad used to eat these and got me hooked on them when I was a kid. So it's kind of been a tradition. I always bring them. Well, we get some flurry still coming down. It's just started picking up a little more too. So I'm about to crawl in. So I hung the bear bag and dropped the porch mode down and trying to block off the wind a bit. So I'm not too worried because I got the spindrift sock on there, but I wanted to drop it down, at least cut some of the wind. And I ended up lowering the head end of the ridge runner a bit. I was sliding down just a hair, so about to crawl back in and hopefully everything's dialed in. Alrighty, well, I'm all cozy now in the Burrow 20, and I love the spindrift sock too. This thing cuts the wind like nothing else. And a couple trips ago I figured out if I took my Reflectec seat and propped it behind this pole here, and it goes down, there's a little bit of a dip down here. Works really well with this Luminade lantern. It just reflects a ton more light back, so it makes it really bright in here. But it's like not like a glaring bright, just a nice soft bright, at least from this, looking this way. If you can see that or not. Probably not, but so yeah, I'm just gonna do a little reading probably, and hope that I don't have to go to the bathroom. That always happens. You get all cozy and then you have to go, but I've already gone a couple times, so hopefully I'll be good to go, because it's chilly out there. But yeah, it feels good getting out here though. Man, it was a long, about a month. Definitely need to get out here, so I'll probably check in with you guys in the morning, unless anything really interesting happens. So I'll see you guys in the AM. See, it's starting to build up on the ground over there. Not a ton yet, but it'll be interesting to see by morning time if we have anything substantial. They were saying maybe an inch or something, but the wind's definitely been kicking up. And see the snow building up on the tarp a little bit there. I just shook it off, but man, I started overheating a little bit. I'm really impressed with this this burrow. I had a puffy on too, so probably a little overkill. So now I'm just down to my base layer and just a light fleece, and still really warm under here. But yeah, I woke up, I was like, oh, I'll grab the camera, show you guys a little bit of snow coming down, and give you guys a report. So now I'm gonna go back to sleep. So another new piece of kit that I'm playing around with today is this. I picked this up. They had a clearance sale or a closeout. This is Lochlainn equipment. They're Ultra Glide bear line, and they've since come out with a newer version that they've improved a little bit better. But this stuff's pretty amazing. It's basic. I don't have the spec sheet in front of me or anything, but it has, I forget exactly what they put in it, but it's almost like Teflon when it comes to cordage. And this stuff, when you pull on it, it feels, they were saying on the website, that it feels like there's a pulley in the tree, and it really does. You pull on it and tripping over something here. You pull on it and it's just like wicked easy. It does, it feels like there's a pulley up there. Sometimes different lines, if it's too thin, can actually do some damage to the branch. This is thin, but it's really, really strong. I forget the strength rating on it, but it does. It feels like there's a pulley in the tree. Stuff's amazing. I'm just really gently with my hand, and I don't feel any resistance up there whatsoever. It feels like it's like lubricated up there or something. It's pretty nuts. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description where you can pick that up. I think right now they used to have two different versions. One that has a reflective cord braided into it, and then this one is just black spec. I think now they have just the reflective one. They may come out with a non-reflective again, but I think it was $15 last time I checked, which isn't too bad for a 50-foot hank. I mean, it's expensive for when it comes to cordage, but it just doesn't get snagged up there. Bear bagging is one of my least favorite chores out here. So anything that makes that process go a little smoother, no pun intended, is all right by me. So yeah, I'll put a link down below. Lochlainn Ultra Glide Bear Line. So far, first time out with it, but we'll see how it lasts and longevity wise. But initial review of it is it's pretty sweet stuff. Oh, there's nothing like a bit of brisk ice water in the morning. At least the whole thing didn't freeze, right? So about to get some coffee on, and I ended up switching sides here. The wind's coming from that direction, and I was tolerating it for a bit just to enjoy the view, but it's starting to pick up a bit now. So I dropped that side down again and hunkered down on the other side, and appreciating that I got the second door installed on this. You can get the spindrift sock with 1 or 2 doors, and really happy I sprung for a little extra and got the second door, because now I can switch onto this side. Sometimes when you set up on different hillsides or something, you don't know which way you're going to set it up, where your head's going to be and all that. This just opens up a lot of options because you can get in from both sides. So I'm going to get the old fancy feast out again, make some hot coffee. I might even have some I don't know, I might have ramen noodles. It's almost lunchtime. Just been lollygagging around here, so yeah, gonna get some hot food in me. Time to boil up some ice water. Still a couple little chunks of ice in there. I think I'm gonna break out the old ramen noodle here, the old classic Oriental. I actually got pretty sick of these. I ate them way too much in my early 20s when I moved out. I got an apartment when I was like 19 and ate a lot of these, as I know many of you probably have when you were younger and still do. But yeah, I got pretty sick of them to the point where I just couldn't stomach them anymore. So I have a couple a year, but I think I put enough of a space between when I was sick of them and I've been eating them that I could actually maybe eat a few more now. So broke out the old ramen noodle. So that's what we're having. I just feel like something hot. It's it's not freezing by any, well, it is freezing, but it's not, -40 or anything. But I just feel like something hot. Oh, we got a boil. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So nothing like a hot cup of coffee out here, or tea, or whatever. Hot anything. Now you have a cup of coffee in your house, and that's a good cup of coffee. You have a cup of coffee and there's snow blowing sideways. It's even better. Reminds me of a Steinbeck quote. It's, what good is the warmth without the cold to give it sweetness? And I've kind of thought about that quote all through life. Just kind of applies to a lot of different things, but very literally with this hot cup of coffee right now.
store up the last little bit of beef jerky I had and put that down in the broth, rehydrate a little bit, doctor up this ramen. You again? Got anything better to do than watch a man eat his ramen in a snowstorm? This is some exciting programming, huh? It's actually really good. I might start doing that. Bring a little beef jerky, throw it in the ramen. It just kind of gives you a little texture. You know, you have just a bowl of ramen after a while, just that same kind of mushy noodle texture. The beef jerky just gives it a little bit of chewiness. That's gourmet right there. Well, I got camp broken down. All I gotta do is take the tarp. And then I'm about to hit the trail, heading back to the vehicle. Be taking a few more of the scenic sights here, and I'm gonna hit the road. Alrighty, well I got camp all packed up and just kind of savoring the last few moments here, taking in the scenery here. If I can focus on this hillside here, chores. Kind of hard to tell, but the sun's kind of coming through there and just barely kind of see the outline of the mountains. Just a quick little tip, if you hiking in the winter time, you get water bottles, store them upside down so that the bottom, you know, there's some ice in there, you can see, but if you store it upside down, the bottom here won't get all clogged with ice, and you know, sometimes it'll just get clogged and you can't drink out of it because it's like solid ice right there. Yeah. Eventually it will freeze solid. There's ice in there, you can see. But just a quick little tip. I'll probably be switching over to Nalgene's pretty soon. I like the Nalgene's for winter time because you can put boiling water in them and shovel the bottle inside your quilt or sleeping bag, and if you're boiling a lot of water for, you know, I've got the Sawyer squeeze with me right now. I keep it in the breast pocket inside my puffy here, or actually not in my puffy, sorry, inside my fleece rather, and I have my puffy over it. But in the wintertime, we boil water mainly. I don't usually bring the filter, so I don't have to mess around with keeping it protected. This is kind of fringe season. I mean, it's winter, but it's not like crazy, you know, temperatures where it's 10 degrees, 0 degrees, and You don't even want to pull this thing out for a minute or two, or else you might have some freezing going on. But yeah, we switch over to just boiling our water. So with that, you don't want to take your boiling water and put it in one of those like smart water bottles, or those are Propel bottles. The nice thing about the Nalgene's, even though they're heavier, is that you can pour boiling water into them and it's not gonna, deform them. So yeah, quick little tip. And even with the Nalgene's, you can, same thing, put those upside down in your on the side of your pack. But yeah, just figured I'd share that quick little tip in case you hadn't seen that one before. A lot of people know that one, but some people don't, so maybe someone learned something. Alright, time to hit the trail officially. Well folks, that's all for me. Back to the vehicle. So I'm gonna hit the road now. I just ran into a hunter up here. Had a really nice conversation with him. And he's probably wondering if I was hunting, I think. Saw my truck. But he's got the place to himself. But yeah, awesome trip. Just a nice light kind of lollygag trip. Hang out in the woods for a little bit and eat some food and watch the snowfall kind of trip. So I definitely needed it after a month or so not getting out here camping, and I got plans to camp with Bobby coming up here soon, probably beginning of December, and looking forward to that when he feels better. And then we're planning on doing a kind of a deep freeze camping trip with at least 4 of us brothers. We're trying to get Matt out there sometime one of these days. But yeah, thank you for joining me for this trip, and appreciate everyone watching and commenting. I always enjoy talking to everyone. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Seen a few new people subscribing, so if you're a recent sub, welcome to the channel. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. This is Lochlainn from Moss Town Woodlore.